What is up, my little Jack the Rippers? Currently playing 2K20, and we are going to dissect this game. We're going to give some creative criticism, how they could improve it, and whatnot. And we're just going to have a generalized look at the game in general. And we're going to do a match so I can show you what really irritates the fuck out of me. But yeah, let's get cracking. So I'm going to talk about what people do when they buy a wrestling game. So you buy a wrestling game, you turn it on. You have to agree to all the crap, blah blah blah, whatever. And then you're greeted by some heavy metal music, or else you're greeted by some heavy metal with rap overtones, and you're just kind of like, okay, fuck that. So I don't mind rap music, and I really don't mind heavy metal music, but I do not want it blasting in my eardrums from every fucking section of my TV. So what a lot of people do, and I know I do it as well, is we go to options, and here's what we do. So people set up options before they play this game, 2K. I know too, I'm drinking tea, by the way, in case you hear me slurp. A 2K thinks, I don't know what they think we do when we play these games, but no, we don't sit on the, we don't stand on the ropes and wait till we're tagged in like good little wrestlers. We don't do that shit. You need to play with some players. As I said, act like a player and play like a player. That's what the AI needs to do. And that the AI needs to take a leaf out of our book, and it needs to read our mind and know what we're going to do. If I get off the turnbuckle, like, I'm not getting off it just to stand there. I'm getting off it to get a weapon. And the AI needs to know that and understand that I'm getting a weapon to whack them in the head. You know? But anyway, back to options. So here's what we do first. We go to audio. We turn off the commentary because it's shit. Turn off the music. We leave the environment a little bit on for a little bit so you can kind of get a little bit of atmospheric sound. And the ring announcer, I usually just turn that off as well. And in this case, it definitely needs to be turned off because when you're playing a Royal Rumble match, which I might point out you won't be, but when you're playing a Royal Rumble match, every time somebody's eliminated, the ring announcer says, "Player eliminated," and it's so fucking annoying. I even think he does it when somebody enters the ring. You know, player enters or some shit. But it's a load of bollocks. But basically, Royal Rumble matches crash. They crash and burn. Um, we go to gameplay next, and we turn on Legend difficulty because you want to play. You want it to be fucking decent, you know. You turn up a few of these things. You know, you hire them up a little bit, make it a little bit more difficult because you really want to have a good time. You know, you want it to be fucking hard. You turn off fatigue because the fatigue is terrible. Even with top fucking stats, you run out of fatigue. You run out of stamina basically very fast, and it's so annoying. It's like, ugh, how the fuck? So you turn that off for your enjoyment to get a better fucking run at the game. So you do. So let's have a look at some of these modes. Now, I don't play 2K Central. I don't play 2K Originals. I don't play My Player. I don't play Universe Mode. And I definitely don't play Road to WrestleMania or any of that crap. I really don't. Now, I really think the game sucks for one reason. 2K presumes that everybody who watches wrestling plays the video games. Well, that's where you're wrong, darling. People who play wrestling games, like myself and loads of other people, don't necessarily watch wrestling. So it's fucking crucial that you have enough people from the 80s and 90s. But why would you want to have people from the 80s? That's a very long time ago. Well, I will explain that situation for you. The people from the 80s wrestled well into the 90s. In fact, The Undertaker was still wrestling as far as I know. But what I'm saying is even the women, the people in the 80s wrestled well into the 90s. When I first started watching wrestling, all the way back in the 90s, back in 1999 I think, The first woman's champion was Fabulous Moolah. There you go. I bet you didn't know that. She wasn't the first, but the first woman's champion I came across was Fabulous Moolah. And in fact, the first hardcore match I ever witnessed was Roddy Piper versus Goldberg, and I was fucking hooked. They were racing their cars in the fucking down the main road, chasing each other. It was hilarious, and it was amazing, you know. I was more of a WCW fan. Well, anyhow, let's get cracking. So we have the 2K towers. Now, how could that be better? Well, if you had legend females and you introduced them. So, like, there's how many wrestlers there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Okay. If you had 7 legend females and you introduced them before the match started, all you need is text on the screen. Like, this, your first opponent is Alondra Blaze. She was very popular in the 80s. She wrestled into the 90s. She was the cruiserweight champion at one stage. She drives monster trucks, blah, 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 and so on, and so on, and so on. Your next opponent is Mae Young. She's usually seen with fucking Fabulous Moolah, blah, 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 and so on. So you know what I mean? A ladder with the legend women. So that way people will know who's who. Now, I was talking to some fans of wrestling, and they never heard of a season mode. No, they never heard of a season mode. And when I explained the season mode to them, they were shocked. They were like, that's amazing. That's wonderful. You can do 2-player in this mode as well, and you get to do all that shit. And I'm like, yeah, the season mode is amazing. And they never heard of a season mode. The particular group of people I was talking to never heard of Here Comes the Pain. So I said, oh, they said, what's your favorite wrestling game? And I said, probably Here Comes the Pain. It's not really, but I just said it anyway. I said, probably Here Comes the Pain. And one of the guys was like, oh, really? That was on the Sega Mega Drive, wasn't it? And his friend turned around and said, you're a fool. That wasn't on the Mega Drive. That game was on the Dreamcast. And I just said to myself, wow, they haven't got a fucking clue. So, people have no excuse to play the older video games or to check them out, because the games nowadays are so advanced and better. So, they've never came across a season mode, and they didn't know what it was. And when I explained what you had to do, and I gave them my ideas, basically, you choose your roster, you choose your rings and arenas, you choose your GM, and then you pick a wrestler and you play a never-ending season mode. Now, what was great about the season mode in Raw 2, and what was great about that game, was everything was 3D in creation mode, which was amazing. It wasn't painted on like Here Comes the Pain. But the season mode was 4-player. A 4-player season mode. You could pay people to beat up your friend and whatnot, and you could interfere and stuff and whatnot. It was amazing. It was wonderful. It was very short, the season mode, and very repetitive. But as they said, they were adding thousands more cutscenes and features. But the people who made Raw 2 actually created, guess what they created? They created No Mercy on the N64. And you know why Raw 2 was crap? Because the people who in the big suits were like, release the game, and they said it's not finished. And you know what they said? Just release it. We haven't got time for fixing shit. And they released a broken game, and they didn't want to. They were working on it still, and the game was released and it was broken, sadly. But it was an amazing game, but it was just broken in parts. And that really upset me. That was so annoying that the big guns up top were like, just release it. You know, the guns at fucking WWE. So let's have a look at the roster, and I'm going to show you what annoys me about the roster. Let's go to the females. We're going to have a look at something here. So we have Bailey, Becky, Becky. Now, this one takes the biscuit. Wait till we get there. Charlotte Flair, Charlotte Flair, Charlotte Flair, Charlotte Flair, Charlotte Flair. Like, what the fuck? I done a Royal Rumble match. It crashed, obviously. I done a Royal Rumble match. There was 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there was 4 Charlotte Flairs in the ring and 2 Bailey Jays. And I was shocked. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck's going on? Now, if they didn't take up a space, if they were just there and they didn't take up much space, perfect. But they're taking up a whole slot for another character. So they are. Has she changed so much? Has she, in the space of a year, has she gone and studied ninjutsu or fucking studied with Bruce Lee's granny to fucking better herself in karate? In karate, that they had to fucking give her another model for 15. Like, has she changed? Has her moveset changed so much in that space of time that they had to give her a separate model? Could they not make them her alternative outfits and put the movesets with the alternative outfits? So let's go back and we're going to do something here. I'm going to name out some legend females and we're going to do it now. Okay? Alondra Blaze, and I'm going to keep Bailey J in the game, obviously. Alondra Blaze, Fabulous Moolah, Bailey J, Wendy Richter, Mae Young, Becky Lynch. I don't have to mention Lita and Trish because they're already in the game. Luna Vachon, Sensational Sherry. I can't think of any. Sable. Who else? Another legend female, Charlotte Flair. So she's still in the game. See how many fucking extra women I've added by taking away the duplicates? Amazing, wonderful. But sure, they don't care. They don't give a fuck. We want all these people. We have to create these people. And another thing too, we want more than 100 creation slots. If you think 100 creation slots is enough for people who like to play these games, no, you got another thing. By the time I make all the wrestlers, which you didn't give me, by the time I create all the wrestlers, which I make myself, my own personal wrestlers, and there's a lot of them, and then by the time my friend comes over and he makes his own character, so when he comes to play, no, what the fuck? A lot of bollocks. Now, we're going to have a look at this 2K. Oh no, I'm not going in there. Oh no, I'm not going in there. We'll click here. We're going to have a look here now and see. I'm going to show you. So these packs, a zombie arena. Not bad to have the arena. The only good thing is the arenas. It's nice to have something different. But you can't really interact with the arenas and the things that are around, so they're pretty shit. But it's nice to have an arena. It would be nice to use them in Royal Rumble matches, but sadly, to this day you cannot use created arenas in Royal Rumbles, and it's just that stupid. You can mod the game to do it, but I shouldn't have to mod my video game that I've spent €100 on. Anyhow, moving on. Bump in the Night, Wasteland, and whatnot. So Zombie, Mad Max, Post-Apocalyptic Arena, Ready Player One Arena, and a beach party, an 80s arena apparently that you can't really interact with, but it's a beach party. So let's get cracking. So what you get in this game is you get alternative versions of wrestlers that nobody gives a fuck about. Like, no, why? What the fuck? Who is that meant to be? Fucking Freddie Mercury coming back from the grave? Fucking that fucking pirate guy from fucking the Kraken from Pirates of the Caribbean? No, a load of bollocks. So how could you make this better? Okay. I'm going to name out 4 wrestlers because there's 4 wrestlers there. Gangrel, Paul Bear, Goldust because he was quite creepy, Luna Vachon, and let's get rid of Paul Bear and add in Viscera. Viscera was quite gothic, so he was. So there you go. Gangrel, Viscera, Goldust, Luna Vishon. Easy, simple. Let me see now. Okay, the Road Warriors, Mosh and Trash. There you go, there's 4 superstars that you could add. I don't know anyone of the females, maybe Nadia, but she wasn't really around long enough. I can Alondra Blaze, Sable, Sensational Sherry, Wendy Richter and Cyndi Lauper. See how I done that with the 2? He just looks like Hillbilly Jim. I'd rather have Hillbilly Jim than fucking that shit. Yeah. There was 2 guys that were really cool, and they used to come in on motorbikes, and they used to wear pink leather pants. Oh, they were cool. I think they were called Too Cool. No, they weren't called Too Cool. That was fucking Big Fat Rikishi. We do not want him in the game. I can't think of any futuristic stars. I can think of one that flopped, but anyway. A load of bollocks. Now, I have the list of the feedback, so I do. And we're going to have a look at creation mode. I'm going to set up a match, and we're going to talk about the fucking feedback. Now, the plus side of this game is it actually gave us some new creation stuff. It actually gave us some 2K original, and that was one of the things a lot of people wanted. So let's have a look and see. So they've given us all these new things, look, that you can use, but you have to complete challenges in order to lock them. So even if you buy an accelerator and you buy the DLC, you still have to do missions to unlock them. So sadly, I will never be using any of these items, because there's no way I'm going to unlock these items. I can't be bothered with that shit. Fuck that. Having to play those crappy modes and do shit? No. Fuck that. Not happening. So they did give us some new cool outfits and stuff. It's amazing, isn't it? Ta-da. You know, so there's lots of cool stuff that they gave us. But yeah. So let's do the following. Let's give my character some shoes. How about that? Let's give my character some boots. I think I'm going to put on these red boots. Doesn't matter what boots I use, by the way. I'm just using these as an example because you can colour them in. Perfect. Now I think I'm going to give her some fishnet stockings. Oh, I can't do that. Look, the feet come through the shoe when you put socks on. Yeah. Look at that. Fucking terrible. Terrible mechanics. Oh, and there's more. Oh, don't. Oh, no, there's more waiting, you see. Now, let's go back to the bottom. Look. Her fucking feet are eating the shoe. My feet are so fat that they broke the fucking shoe. Ta-da. Terrible, isn't it? Then we have this. You know, the first time I seen this, I was just like, that just reminds me of one of the ugly sisters out of Cinderella. You know, trying to fit her foot into the glass slipper. I really swear, Prince, it is my slipper. It is my glass slipper. Like, what the fuck? There's another shoe that cuts off your legs. No, I don't know where it is. I can't find it. And there's a lot of boots. But yeah, there you go. Imagine that. Now, something that has always irritated me. Let's do it. Let's give her a hairstyle first, though. Okay, this hair will do for my experimentation. I can't give her earrings because she has her hair. So let's give her these hoopy earrings. No, can't give her earrings because she has hair on her head. What the fuck is that about? Is the game going to crash if that happens? Well, no, because you can still do it. Watch this. Look at this. I can give her this nose ring that comes with matching earrings. So clearly the game is not going to crash if they allow earrings. The game is just being wankish. Isn't that perfect and wonderful? Now, body. We have to have a look at the body. Body, customize, except chest. Now, here's breasts. Now, some women have big breasts and some women have small breasts. And that's not a sexy thing, it's not a sexist thing, it's nothing to do, it's not perverted. It's just how God made them. You know, how I use God as a quote. So there's a slight change in them ones, but that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't really see much difference. So that's as big as they can get. Now let's have a look at this. Wait and you see this. This is even better. Fat chicks can't have breasts. Look. So all fat chicks have flat, saggy breasted. Have to be flat and saggy breasted. Wow, isn't that terrible? So that's as big as they can get, but when you see the male characters, it's a different story altogether. So it is. She looks like that Japanese wrestler now. Cool. I'll leave her the way she is. She won't hang around though, she'll be deleted. Oh, you might get deleted now if I can't quit. So there you go. I mean, just a few things that annoy me. Not being able to wear earrings with a hairstyle. I don't get it. I really don't understand it. So let's set up a match. Why not? So we're going to show you one of the arenas in question. Hell's Coliseum. That looks okay, but a bit too much for me. This rundown gym. How about this? Oh, we better turn off all the rules and stuff. So let's get the list up. So as I said, a lot of people didn't even hear of a season mode before. So the first thing on the list is GM mode. GM mode. Uh, if you want that to work, it would have to be a game in itself. So it would have to be a standalone game in order to work. And technically a season mode is kind of a GM mode in a way. But if you wanted to make it work, it'd have to be a standalone game. Create a story is number 2. Revive miss and match types. Ongoing live updates. All new universe mode. Technically a season mode or GM mode. That's the same thing. Custom music. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 things in the top are shite so far. GM mode, create a story. So far nobody wants to fix the gameplay that's broken. Oh, here we are. Number 8. So they have custom music, create an arena, which they probably want us up to be upgraded. And they should give you more options. I mean, I'd like to edit this arena. This arena right here. Why can't I edit that? That'd be cool. And what this arena needs is some atmospheric background sound. Cars, ambulances, glass smashing, people fighting outside. You know, you're in the Bronx. You know, lots of things going on outside. You know, background noise. It'd be just so atmospheric and it'd just work amazingly. You know. Focus on gameplay. I don't know what people mean by that. Unlock creative superstar content. More WWE legends. Independent commentary team. AI upgrade. Eventually. Create a finisher. I've never really bothered with that. Hair and cloth upgrades. Superstar attire creation suite. More female superstars. So 1. So made it to number 15, more female superstars. 2K19 control scheme. Blood. Well, there's already blood in this game. I don't understand ratings. I don't know what ratings mean. Customized signage. Yeah, that'd be cool to make signs for your created characters. Crowd reactions. Don't they already do that? Weapon physics. Well, I would like those to be upgraded because I'd like them to swing a ladder rather than just push it into somebody and knock them out. Swing that fucking ladder, bitch. Pick it up and fucking swing it and knock someone out. Don't be like a little petite bump. Oh, it's only a fucking ladder. Fucking swing it to make the knockouts believable. New weapons. Well, I really would like older weapons, you know, like retro TVs, stop signs, fucking shopping trolleys. Lots of cool crap. Fix create a superstar. Well, they're going to do that anyway, obviously. Season mode. Season mode isn't last. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6 from the end. So it's not entirely last, but still. Branching story mode. So yeah. Draft slash trades. I don't give a fuck about draft slash trades. You know, I don't really do any of that crap. I just play the game, create characters and play my own fucking game. More female superstars, yeah, that really needs to happen. So I'm checking now. So yeah, the guy in question that is making the game is best known for making golf games. So yeah, the new guy who is head of the game is best known for making golf games. Now right, let's say my Debbie in the white and Mountain Fiji in the red. Let's say we were beating up Mama who was in the ring.
A competitor has been eliminated.
So the characters that I just got eliminated, let's say the two of them were outside the ring and they were beating up fucking Mama. The other opponents wouldn't come to help. Oh no, definitely not. They wouldn't come. They won't help. I will show you as well. Look at this. There you go, swamp. See, she's just getting on the turnbuckle. Now, if her partner was outside the ring getting the shit kicked out of her, they would just turn around and look. They wouldn't do anything. So what the AI needs to know is, if I get off the turnbuckle, I'm not... Sometimes they hit, like now, look, she's attacking me. Only sometimes though. But if I get off the turnbuckle, they need to know. They need to have enough brain power to know. Yeah, they're not. They're up to no good. They need to be 2 steps ahead of me. So they do. Now the same button you use to get a weapon out from under the ring is the same button you use to get in the ring. So that needs to change. Like, all the buttons are crap. Like now, look. Double team. Double team. Now we get to see. Now look, see? They don't help, they just look. My partner's getting beat up, but I don't know what to do. I really should get down and help them, but sure. What will I do? How can I fix this? How can I do it? You know? See? It's dumb. Older games now, they would have got straight down and they would have been beating the fuck out of me and they would have been like, yeah, get back to your side, bitch. But oh well. Shit happens. What are you doing, Mountain Fiji? Fucking strutting your stuff. I can't get on the turnbuckles because this game is so annoying. Why the fuck did you get back in the ring? Get down. Hello? What's she doing? I'm not even holding the controller. What the fuck is she doing? So I think she's after spamming out. She won't move. What the fuck are you doing? Hello? No, the game's after going fucking AWire. She's just walking around in circles now. Why? She stopped. Oh, I can use her again. Oh my god, that's terrible. No, I can't do that anymore. I just can't. Now, one last thing before we go. So universe mode basically is just setting up a match, but you have to go the long way about doing it. I'll show you real quick. So you click here, you set up your matches like so. Each week you set up your matches, and then you start the show and you just play the matches, or you stimulate the matches. You don't play them all because it's boring, and that's just how it is. And people love that for some reason. I don't get it. I really don't, but people love it. It's boring, but apparently people like setting up their own matches. Like, why can't you not just come here and set up matches? Anyhow, let's talk about Royal Rumbles. Okay, we have match creation in this. Let's talk about that. So I want to do something simple. Okay, I want to make a Royal Rumble match. And I want to have 100 opponents in the Royal Rumble match. Because I have 100 creations. So I want to have 100 creations in a Royal Rumble match. I then want to turn off over the rope elimination and turn on pinfall instead. So I turn the Royal Rumble into a joint battle royale. So let's do that. That's a simple request. I only asked for two things technically. So let's go to the Royal Rumble. Okay, we can only do 30 man. Custom match. Okay, we have to go to custom options. So let's click on this. Let's have a look at the options first. Can't do anything there. We can change how long it takes for someone to enter the ring. We can do this, I guess. How many finishers you start off with. I don't like finishers in a Royal Rumble match because people spam them out just to eliminate you. As soon as the Irish whip you into the turnbuckle, they use their finisher and they eliminate you. And they do it over and over and over again. Just that simple. So you shouldn't be able to do that in a Royal Rumble match, but apparently you can. So here's what I was thinking. Now, first things first, I made a request, didn't I? I can add weapons into the Royal Rumble under the ring. I can choose what weapons are under the ring in a Royal Rumble match. Whatnot, you know, I have a selection of all the weapons. So I can choose what's under the ring. Why, I don't know, because you can't exit the ring in a Royal Rumble. So I couldn't fulfill my request via the options. So let's go all the way to match creation. Customize matches. New. Royal Rumble. Okay, I can only have 30 people. Can't do anything there. Same thing. Same thing. So basically it's the same thing. There's nothing new. It's the exact same thing. So why would you have to have a separate option for match creation? Doesn't make sense to me. But anyhow, kicking out of pinfalls is terrible. I've been playing wrestling games for 20 years and people can pin me in 10 seconds because I can't kick out. I can't line A up with B and fucking the squiggly things with fucking submissions and all that shit. I just want to tap buttons and kick out. It's just that simple. So here is my idea. So it would add some depth to the game if you could use your finisher for kicking out of stuff. So example, you're getting pinned out and you use your finisher to kick out of that pin. You're getting pinned out a second time and you need to have two finishers this time if you want to kick out. And you're getting pinned a third time, meaning you have to have three finishers saved up. And we'll cap it at three, that you can only use it three times. Same with Royal Rumbles. If somebody's eliminating you, you can use your finisher to stop them from eliminating you. But it shouldn't be used for eliminating people. It should only be used to stop eliminations. Because you don't want to be able to eliminate people too easy. You know, fucking Hulk Hogan or Brock Lesnar or Big Show comes in the ring. You Irish whip them to the ropes and use your finisher and eliminate them. Like, no. Stupid. Now, stopping yourself from being eliminated would be more entertaining. And you just use your finisher as a regular then. You know? Yeah. Simple. But it would just add some depth to the game as well if you had to kick out a pin. Now, of course, you can stop yourself from being eliminated by pressing the buttons, and you'd probably only use the special ability of kicking out of a pin or stopping yourself from being eliminated if you were like in the game a long time and you kind of knew your number was up. You'd use your finisher to stop yourself that particular way, you know. But yeah, you could only use it like something like three times or something. It would just add something to it. Do I do my choke slam or do I use it to kick out of a pin? Do I do my power bomb or do I use my finisher to stop myself from being eliminated? See? You know, just add some depth to the game. And it would make crappy players a little bit better because they don't even have to hit the other person to boost up their fucking the meter, because when you do taunts obviously the meter goes up. So, you know, Joe would just add something, and I think that's amazing. But sure, they don't care. They really don't care. Now, one thing that really annoyed me about this was they said we're brushing 2K20 under the rug and we're not going to bother with that game anymore. Well, that's wrong. What about the people that purchased the game? You have to fix it for them. If a product isn't working by law, you either have to replace it or fix it. So unless you're going to give us the new game that comes out in 2 years' time for free or for a 90% discount, unless you're going to give us that for free to all the people who purchased this, you better fix this. It's just that simple. By law, you have to fix a product if it's not working. But they don't care. So anyhow, Alondra Blaze and Jacqueline and Ivory all tweeted 2K. Alondra Blaze said something along the lines of, I really like being in your video games, 2K, but I do have more than one outfit. And in my whole entire wrestling career, I've never had that hairstyle. Ever. Do you know what 2K turned around and said? Well, you don't have to worry about that. You're not going to be in 2K20 anyway. What the fuck? No. You don't be sassy. Leave the sass to Monique and fucking Linnell. You know? No, you don't be fucking sassy. Especially to another wrestler. And they kind of pretty much said the same thing about Ivory and Jacqueline, where you're not going to be in 2K20, so you don't have to worry about it. But basically what they done was they just copied and pasted them from year after year, and they done nothing with them. Alondra Blaze always had bobbed hair, or else she had really long hair, but she never had the hairstyle that they gave her. Ever. But apparently that's what they decided to give her. for some odd reason. Um, yeah, really annoying. And when people were giving out about the game, they were like, "Fix the game, fix the game," and they were like, "We're giving no, no, no." They just weren't listening. Do you know what they turned around and said? "Stop whining and bitching. We heard you. Like, get over it and grow a pair." That's what 2K said to their fans. Get over it and grow a pair. We hear all your whining and bitching. What the fuck? You don't do that. You really don't do that. All them people should have been fired. You really do not do that. So as I said, taking away the duplicate female superstars and giving the females that I mentioned a slot, even if you didn't like those particular females that I mentioned. They're new females, they're different, they're not the same. And that would be amazing. I mean, I don't mind duplicates sometimes, like when it's The Undertaker, because like he's changed quite a bit. And Mankind as well, he can have duplicates because he Cactus Jack, Dude Love, and fucking Mankind. So he had fucking lots of different personas, if you know what I mean. Um, and he played different characters, but the, the Candice or whatever she's called, the Camilla, is that her name? I don't fucking know. And the Bailey Jays, no. No, you don't. Too many. Too many of them. You need to get rid of them. You can't have that many of one wrestler. Five. Five. It's terrible. You know. Also, I'd like to see Big Bertha. Bertha Faye and Harvey Whipplestein. Because they could have a cool backstage area with fucking with a trailer park because they were trailer trash. Um, yeah. But this game stated, "We created the first female season mode ever." No, you didn't. No, you did not. Before the gender restrictions, females were used in season modes. And yeah, females were used in season modes. And you could use a female in a season mode if you wanted. In the men's section, the titles had different categories, so they did. And all you had to do was move the title over. You know, the titles had different categories. And you just moved who you wanted into each category. So you could move all the women into the world champion. So you could. And back in the day when it came to genders, you had a choice of A and B, man, woman, and then you chose the gender. So you chose what model you wanted. You know, which mannequin you wanted. A female mannequin or a male mannequin. And then after you chose that, you got to choose what gender that mannequin was. Because it just meant you could make the likes of China and stuff. Even though she was in the older games. But it just meant you could make China style characters that could fight men. You know, and stuff. But yeah, more creation slots. And I don't mean an extra 100, I mean an extra 200. I want at least 300 creation slots. So I can download 100 superstars that are not going to be featured in your video game. I can create my 100 superstars and a few more. And then I have a few left over for other people that want to create superstars in my video game. You know? So 300 should do it. I created 200 characters in Soul Calibur 6. I'd say within 2 weeks I had 200 characters created in Soul Calibur 6. Yep, there you go. Because it's something that people like to do. And I think Mortal Kombat should have took a leaf out of it. Well, they can't really. Mortal Kombat's likes to desexualize their characters now. So if they had a creation mode, it wouldn't go down very well. Not to mention, Mortal Kombat makes you grind for one colour. You want this costume in blue? You have to grind your ass off and pray and hope that you get a blue costume and not a yellow or a pink. I mean, grinding for basic colour palettes, that just took the piss. You know, that really fucked me up. I was just, when I played Mortal Kombat 11, I was like, you want me to grind for all this crap? Not happening. So I put it on my shelf and I'm never going to play it ever again. Just that simple, really. It's boring and crap. The only reason I mention it is because Ronda Rousey is fucking everywhere. UFC video game, I understand that. She's in wrestling games, she's in Mortal Kombat, she's in King of Fighters versus wrestling. Like, what next? What else is she going to pop up in that's going to fucking irritate the shit out of me? Everywhere I turn, I see her fucking ugly face fucking glaring up at me. She's fucking everywhere. And she has two left feet in the ring. I mean, people used to slag Nicole Bass off and say, well, she's terrible in the ring. Two left feet. Nobody's ever seen Ronda Rousey play, have they? She's terrible. Terrible. And she's a terrible voice actress as well. Oh, God forgive me. But yeah, thanks for watching and thanks for listening. This has been yours truly, the Jack the Ripper. Dementia, whatever you want to fucking call me. And I hope this has been a creative criticism for you. Thanks for watching.